Set myself free. My own way, found everything lights.
Hey, what is going on? This is DJ Class Smasher here, and what I'm about to show you guys is some minor attacks. I'm going to be showing you two minor attacks. One is going to be by Suki, which is GP's mini account, and the other one is going to be by none other than Invisible Indy with his Town Hall 10 account. Sadly, Invisible Indy, he did retire, so this is a replay from one of his previous attacks. But luckily I was able to get some information from him to be able to help you guys out with a quick guide for the minor attack. So I'm going to mainly focus on a queen walk minor attack. Sometimes there will be some boulders. In this case there will be some boulders from GP's mini attack, and then on the other one there will not be any boulders in the CC. So we'll go ahead and get started. So right there, the main thing that you want to focus on is seeing if there is some good value when it comes to the queen walk. So the queen walk right here by GP, he was able to get a lot of structures out of the way, making sure that there's a clear straight pathway for the miners. And then he was also able to take out the queen, which is also very important. You don't always have to take out the queen, but it's nice, especially when the core has a lot of high DPS buildings. So that right there was very important. And then just raged the queen. And then and for the reason why GP raged the other section right there was to get through the Inferno pretty quick. You don't always have to use a rage spell in the middle. Sometimes you'll use a rage spell for the boulders if you see that the boulders will actually give you a high value when it comes to taking out some of the trash buildings. So one of the main things that Indy also let me know was that, well, his main theory is, so you want to get a nice value with the boulders, and by value he means like taking out some outside buildings. For instance, if your wizards can just take out some of those outside buildings, you don't need the boulders. But if you want to take out some defenses that are past the first layer, then it might be best to use some boulders. So that's when you would use the boulders, and you can also use boulders with the rage spell if you feel you'll get a lot of value with that section. So right here, Indy is gonna go ahead and show you guys queen walk without any boulders in this situation. And the reason why he didn't use any boulders is because he was able to use some wizards with the king to take out some few structures to create that big funnel. So the main thing is that you want to have that clear pathway, so single straight pathway for the miners. That way it'll be pretty easy for them to go through. Indy right here used some hog riders just to take out the CC. He figured that he'd be able to take down the clan castle without any worries just by raging in the queen. In this situation, he's actually going to use two rage spells for the queen. Very great job with this one. He knows that the rage spell is going to keep the queen alive long enough to be able to take down all those, to be able to take down the lava hound while it's under fire with everything else. The king is over there at 12 o'clock just taking some hits while the wizard is creating that big pathway, making sure that the funnel is created at the top. So the wizard was able to take down a lot of the structures on the top, and notice how there's a single clear pathway. So a pretty straight line just for the miners to get started. And he's going to start his pathway a little bit different. You'll see what I mean here. So he starts right there pretty much from 9 to 12, and then a few from like 12 to 2 o'clock, just so he can go ahead and take down those Inferno towers right away. So he's going to place a few heal spells that they're going to overlap. But the reason for that is because he knows that those miners are going to be able to take down those Infernos. And then after that, they might trigger some big bumps, and then that'll re-heal them back up to full health. So he's able to take them down, and then after that he places a heal spell straight in the middle, and his queen is still alive, standing strong. So that's what I mean by getting a good value for the queen walk. So that's what you're going to pretty much look into when it comes to the minor attack, the queen walk minor attack. Seeing if there's some good value that you can get with the queen walk, and then just kind of like preparing and mentally checking to see if you're going to use one rage or two rages, or if you're going to use one of the rages for the boulders, or if you're going to use a rage spell for the miners to get through the Infernos, or getting through a big pathway that there's like a lot of buildings with a lot of defense building hit points. So that is the main thing. So hopefully this helps, and thanks so much, Indy, for helping me out with this. I really appreciate it. It's very sad to see you go, but you know, everyone has to do what they have to do. So best of luck with everything, with life and everything. And thanks again for all the tips. Hopefully this helps you guys out. So please like and subscribe if you want some more content like this. And I'll see you guys next time for the next video. Thank you so much and have a good one.